So, anybody up for a good old-fashioned virtual rugby tour? Well, follow along and learn about the Canadian Rugby Foundation. We have a bunch of things to show you, so lace up your boots, don't take your eyes off the opposition, and pay attention for a mere 2.5 minutes. Even you front row forwards can last that long. So, back in 2001, some giant rugby brains got together and said words to the effect of, "Wouldn't it be great to see playing fields across Canada filled with boys and girls playing rugby?" Now, after a few pints, and some chicken wings, and a few more pints, followed by some soul searching, the concept of the Canadian Rugby Foundation was born. Back then, the fledgling foundation took hold with an incredibly generous first gift from Mr. Grenville Thomas, and the foundation was born and off to a flying start. Anyhow, in sport participation levels, rugby is not even ranked in the top 20 in Canada, and we're slowly falling behind other nations with more players and better funding. A wise prop once told me that we were ranked between roller derby and synchronized swimming in popularity. So, how about if we were able to increase our player base? How about if we got more kids playing our great game? Fill those fields across the Great White North. Now, this is what the Canadian Rugby Foundation is all about, and here's how it works. Very simply, we raise funds through donations and tax-deductible gifts. We build up a big pot of money, and we keep building that pot and invest it wisely. We then reinvest the earnings into rugby, but just enough so the base fund continues to grow. Simple. But where does the money go? Well, it's simply used to promote the game and expand its growth within Canada at all levels and for years to come, like a legacy. Anyhow, where doesn't it go? That's a good question as well. The money is not used for general operating purposes or to run our programs, because that's where our relationship with Rugby Canada kicks in. We're two complete separate entities, but we like to think of ourselves as supportive cousins of Rugby Canada. At the foundation here, we know that Rugby Canada has the program and development expertise. We're pulling in the same direction and helping them, but in a fundraising and supportive capacity. We simply want to build that long-term legacy in Canada. Here's a recap. The Canadian Rugby Foundation promotes and expands rugby in Canada, is a non-profit that is distinct and at arm's length from Rugby Canada. Remember, we're a totally separate entity. It has charitable tax status and is a conduit for us to see fields across Canada filled with boys and girls playing rugby. Simple enough? You betcha. All the right things rugby for all the right reasons. So, hope you enjoyed the tour and spread the word about the Canadian Rugby Foundation. Thanks very much.